Hello, I'm Roger Wills, current District 6290 Polio Chairman. Welcome to World Polio Day, October 24th. The 24th is the birthday of Jonas Salk, who developed the first polio vaccine. This day has been set aside to raise awareness of the threat of polio, as well as to honor people who have worked to eradicate polio. World Polio Day. This is what polio virus looks like. As you can see in these Pakistanis in the wheelchair, more importantly, this is what it can do to a young child who ends up not able to walk. Poliomyelitis virus. What is it? This is a highly infectious disease. The source of this virus comes from ingesting contaminated food and water. It may also result in lifelong disability or paralysis. It affects mostly children that are under the age of 5, and sadly it is incurable. It can be prevented by safe and effective vaccine. This is the polio virus on the cellular level. Here it is attached to a human cell at the bottom of the picture. More importantly, this virus can produce this results on the human level, where you see this Nigerian who is very fortunate to have a hand-powered tricycle due to the generosity of the Wheels of Hope Foundation. The gift of mobility is cherished by all polio patients. During the 30s, the 40s, and the 50s, mobility was far from polio patients' mind as they just struggled to breathe. The iron lung or respirator helped patients breathe for weeks, months, or their entire lives. There are 2 vaccines, injection and oral. The development of an effective vaccine means that polio can be eradicated. Among human diseases, only smallpox has ever been successfully eradicated. Jonas Salk developed the first polio vaccine, which went on the market in 1955. He tested it on his own family, then clinical trials in the Grand Rapids area elementary schools in 1954. As a matter of fact, I was in kindergarten in 1951, and I participated in this vaccine testing. He also gave away his patent rights. Rotary and our partners immunized over 3 billion children worldwide. Albert Sabin developed the first oral polio vaccine. It has been marketed since the late 1950s. The Global Polio Eradication Initiative, GPEI for short, this includes some big organizations, and number 1 is us, Rotary, UNICEF, the U.S. Center for Disease Control, or CDC, World Health Organization, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, governments of the world, even the Taliban in the last couple of years. On September 1, vaccination campaign took place in the Gaza Strip, concluding by vaccinating 640,000 children. A 10-month-old boy caught polio virus and has 1 paralyzed leg. Unless we vaccinate every child worldwide, we run the risk of polio returning to quickly infect 10,000 children and 20,000 in the next 10 years. Rotary has raised over $2.5 billion to support global polio eradication efforts. They have also influenced governments to contribute more than $11 billion and committed to raising $50 million each and every year. As one of our biggest partners is having the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation having pledged to match 2-to-1 for every yearly contribution up to $150 million. Why do we need more funds? To end polio, we must stop the transmission of the wild polio virus in 2 endemic countries, Afghanistan and Pakistan. What can you do? Some of the things you can do, first of all, is just build awareness. Any creative method that you have. Many clubs, organizations, and communities have fundraisers such as Pints for Polio, Pies for Polio, Walkathon, baseball. Baseball has Strikeout Polio. You can sponsor an event, Purple Pinky, any kind of presentations, movie, skits, handouts, or encourage friends to donate to support a polio eradication efforts. Over 1 million Rotarians have volunteered their time and resources to help end polio. And you can also join the Polio Plus Society today for $100 per year. What are these Polio Plus funds used for? First of all, this is how they get the vaccines themselves and then the administration to the children. Also, they conduct regular surveillance to detect the disease and raise awareness of the benefits of immunization, support disease experts, and also simply eradicating mosquitoes or maybe even the netting for people to use. Also, the Wheels of Hope, as you saw earlier in the hand-powered bikes, comes from Polio Plus money. Become a member of Polio Plus with only a $100 donation. The Global Polio Eradication Initiative in 1988 had 350,000 cases in 125 countries. A few years later, in 2021, it was down to 6 cases. In 2022, 30 cases. In 2023, there were 12 cases in 2 endemic countries, Pakistan and Afghanistan. This series of slides, or this graphic, best shows vaccination progress over a 66-year period from 1921 through 1955, time-lapsed very quickly to give you a fascinating view of what's happened in 66 years. Eradication means after the last reported case of polio, there must be no more polio cases for the next 3 years. Eradication of polio is Rotary's top philanthropic priority. This marathon is nearly finished, but critical to cross the finish line and make the world free of polio. What is your plan of action to help polio? Can we count on you to help the global effort? As Rotarians, we are all people of action, doers, having a whatever it takes attitude. We are in a very unique position to make polio the second virus ever eradicated in the world. Rotary has promised the children of the world that we will eliminate this hideous virus. Please consider what you will do to have a polio-free world. We have promised the children of the world that we will eradicate polio. In order to do that, we need to donate money. You want to join the Polio Plus Society? Please write a check off for $100. If you want to write off for something less, that's up to you. It's very acceptable to do whatever, but please participate and give whatever you can.